they are focused. He is going back to work out, I know that. Yeah, it's just how they operate. So, you know, we're playing a tough opponent, but it sure is a great edge. Anytime Rabbi Portman is up here at the podium, I know, I'm not sure there's an invocation in there, but I do know this, our fortunes have been pretty good every time he's up here. So, great to see you. Thanks for being with us also. As always, thanks to the I-Club for this great event, the band, Spirit Squad, Dance Squad for all they do to add to the environment. And I believe we've got our Kansas City visitors here too, speaking of good records. They've been doing pretty well, so we're great to have you here with us. And you know, Terry mentioned Bump Elliott also, and had the great honor of being at Bump's event last night. And you haven't lost it at that podium, Coach. Just outstanding. Your comments were so great. It was so enjoyable to see that. Very nice tribute to you, so well deserved to you of our. And also on the news front, you probably saw in the papers something we're very proud of. The graduation rates came out this week, and we were at a pretty high rate last year, and we climbed 5 points. So we're very thrilled about that. And speaking of Bump Elliott and Gary Bard, I think again it's a real tribute to the culture that's been established at Iowa. I can't tell you when that began, but I can tell you when I got here in 1981, it was well in place, and you know, we're so proud that our players, not only in football but all sports, are doing a great job of continuing that great tradition of blending their academics with athletics. So we're great to see those numbers this past week. Just looking backwards, and you know, Bob alluded to those 5 points that our players see every day coming in, coming out. That's just something, you know, in coaching all you do is steal ideas, and that's something that we stole from a professional team that I've got a lot of respect for. You know, maybe I should have been stealing some ideas about clock management, saying about that, instead of taking things off the wall. But certainly last week was a disappointing loss, you know, for our football team. I think anybody who was at the game saw two very good teams out there competing, and you know, a fairly even match. So. You know, anytime you lose a game like that, anytime you lose a game period, you look back and there are a lot of things that you'd like to have back and you can correct and look at different situations. But the bottom line is once they're gone, they're gone. And on Sunday we came in, we looked at the tape, we made corrections, walked through some corrections, and you know, one thing we talked to our players about is, you know, Sundays for learning, and then you move on. And speaking of stealing signs, we've got another sign in our building a little deeper down in the hallways where you haven't gotten apparently. But one of the things we stole is the embrace the grind, which is something that emanated out of our wrestling program. It's something the branches talk to their athletes about all the time. And one of the points there is, yeah, it's just about that. You learn, and then you move on. And in sports and in life, that's what you have to do. You move on to your next challenge. This week is particularly true. And before I leave last week, I'll just put one other point. I didn't have the thoughtfulness to do it last Saturday afterwards, but our crowd in Kenny last week was about as good as it have ever been. So, you know, they're ready to go, and I know they're going to be ready to go tomorrow. We're looking forward to that as well. We've got another big challenge certainly tomorrow. Michigan State comes to town ranked in the top 5. They come in with an undefeated record. It's going to be a great environment again, ABC TV. Kenny Stadium, obviously, so we're all looking forward to that. Our captains remain the same, with Ricky Stanzi, Julian Vanderbilt offensively, and Adrian Claiborne, Carl Klug on the defensive side. All 4 of those guys are doing a great job. And then our honorary captain, a little bit of a change up last week. We had Doak Walker award winner Sean Green, and we're going to stay in the backfield. We're going to go a little bit more blue collar this week. We've got Cliff King will be with us, and Cliff was a walk-on who earned a scholarship here. Was a great contributor in the early 90s in the program, and has gone on just had a great deal of success in his professional life. Works for Nike and is a tremendous, I think, representative of what the program's all about, the opportunities he afforded. Came in, as I said, as a walk-on and earned his way and is doing great in his life professionally and personally. So excited to have Cliff back with us, and also, as was mentioned earlier, we expect Norm to be in the press box. He'll be coming down from the rehabilitation center, and we expect him to be up there tomorrow afternoon. So he's excited about that as well. Michigan State, as I said, comes in. They're an 8-0 team. Very balanced team. If you look at it, I think their staff has done a wonderful job there in a short time at Michigan State. They've always had good talent, and it's kind of been a matter of, I think, pulling everything together. Mark D'Antonio and his staff have done a great job of that. They did a good job at Cincinnati. Mark's a veteran of the Big Ten, and when they moved basically intact as a staff out to Michigan State a couple years ago, they took their philosophy with them, and it's really reflected in that team's play. They had a good team last year, and it was one of our toughest games, as you know. You may remember it was a very dramatic ending in that game. It was a very hard-hitting game, and I'd expect tomorrow to be much of the same. Two very evenly matched teams, and very, very competitive teams. They've got a quarterback who does a great job. They're a very balanced team offensively. They run it, they throw it. They've got good skill players, and the quarterback does a great job. 3 outstanding running backs, so it's going to be a challenge here. They've always been tough defensively. They've got great returners in the kicking game, so those are the things that we're going to have to be focused on. The series historically, going back to the 80s even, has been very, very hotly contested, and the other part of the equation is we've had pretty good success with these guys in Kinnick, and we're hoping to add on that to tomorrow. So, just in sum, the beginning of the month, coming out of our bye week, we talked about our players just focusing on October, and right now we stand 1-1, and most obvious thing we can do is try to improve on that tomorrow, move to 2-1, and then we'll look into November as we go out. So that's where our focus is right now. I think our guys have had a good week of preparation. We're eager for kickoff, and obviously very, very thrilled to be in Kinnick. So we're looking forward to seeing you there tomorrow. We appreciate your support. You guys are the greatest fans in the world, and we'll look forward to tomorrow. Thanks very much. Thank you.